No risk at all. These are just casting or cast metal barrel.
Everyone was saying I was crazy boring.
Thank you.
Yeah, I saw you guys over there. It's not, yeah, it's not great, but it's people wearing wins. Pretend. I've got the rope, kids. Yeah, you can actually get $100. I need you for 30 seconds. Oh my god, yeah. You're in here. Yeah, what are you here? You're right. Oh, what's it? Oh! Dude, I didn't make a connection. We're singing right after.
Can you hear the choir boys yelling off to the side? Alright. I just thought they were being a little.
I'm gearing up for the
if you're not hearing it.
It's gonna be a cold day. Maybe it is. I didn't even know like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
It's like the most important holiday for the Belgian people. Yeah, it's only you got outdoor events. Yeah. He's gonna come back and he's like, what are you guys talking about? And they're like, right? And they're like, huh? That's what I'm saying. She followed the beat.
Yeah, I was gonna, yeah, I should have asked what they were saying, but it should be fine either way. Yeah, I'll just need to remember to do it a bit earlier because it takes a second for it to switch over.
You are a big dog. Also woke up like I did it right. Oh my god, that's the whole I've got a newsletter coming out from it today. What is it? I'm trying to reinstitute.
Oh, that's right now. Okay.
Will they be able to hear me? Okay. New Hampshire National Guard, please present the colors. Good morning. Thank you all for joining us on this windy, breezy November morning. My name is Zach Terrell. I'm the chair of the select board here in Plymouth. I wanted to welcome and appreciate our state representatives, Bill Bolton, Peter Lovett, for joining us today, as well as State Senator Suzanne Prentice. Thank you. We come together to honor and recognize American service members, past and present. This day of celebration and reflection originated from the signing of an armistice on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918. All fighting ceased between the Allied nations and Germany, effectively ending World War I. It wasn't until 1954, following World War II and the Korean War, that Congress replaced armistice with veterans, amending the original act to commemorate November 11th as a day in America when veterans of all wars are honored. Today, Veterans Day is a celebration to honor all of America's veterans for their patriotism, love of country, and willingness to serve and sacrifice for the common good. Every man and woman who has worn America's uniform is part of a long, unbroken line of achievement and honor. No single military power in history has done greater good, shown greater courage, liberated more people, or upheld higher standards of decency and valor than the armed forces of the United States of America. So today, we honor all of our veterans who have unselfishly placed their lives on the line for our freedom. Those men and women were ordinary people until they answered the call of duty. They left their families, their homes, and their lives, not for recognition or fame or even the honor we bestow upon them today. They fought to protect our country and to maintain our freedom. We now must also ensure that everyone feels the benefits of that freedom, and we can do that by voting, volunteering in our community, or teaching our children what it really means to be an American. Veterans Day isn't just a day for veterans, it's a day for all Americans. It's a day to remember why veterans served, and a day for all of us to appreciate our freedom and the freedom of many future generations. Our program starts today with a prayer by Reverend Peter Lovett, pastor of First Congregational Church, UCC, Meredith. Reverend.
Good morning. Let's be in a spirit of prayer. Compassionate God, source of mercy, on this cool and sunlit morning we gather as one community, one people, one heart and mind, to pay tribute to those who have served our country and express our gratitude for their courage and selflessness, both those among us today and those of generations past. We are acutely aware of the sacrifices they have made for each one of us. This nation, built by those born of this soil and those who have come here from all the corners of the earth, is on a continual journey toward its destiny. May we never let down those who have served in defense of this country. May we uphold the values of freedom, of the inherent dignity of every human being, by our own right conduct, by the kindness and tolerance we show to one another. May we lead the world by example and become, in the words of Isaiah, a light to the nations. Then will the labors and sacrifices of these veterans be honored, not in words alone, but by our deeds. In silence, O God, we pray for those people and situations where your peace and your presence is most needed today. And also, God, hear our prayers for those we love, those we know and love, who are in harm's way today. O God of many names, languages, and peoples, we thank you and we praise you for the privilege of living in this great and beautiful nation. May our life's journey continue with strength and increasing wisdom until swords are beaten into plowshares and your heavenly song of peace is sung on earth as it is in heaven. Your love, your freedom, and your justice is the reality from block to block, street to street, farmhouse to farmhouse, near and far. Amen.
We'll now have the Plymouth Regional High School tenor bass choir sing God Bless America, and they'll be followed by the Baker Valley Band performing Marches of the Armed Forces. With that song, at your branch's song, please stand and wave to be acknowledged.
Yep. They might be singing at the mic.
As the storm clouds gathered far across the sea, let us pledge allegiance to a land that's free. Let us all be grateful for a land so fair, as we raise our voices in a solemn prayer. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountain to the prairie, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Our next speaker is Colonel Davis Ulrichsen, commander of the 197th Field Artillery Brigade, which is composed of approximately 1,700 soldiers in 5 battalions located in 4 states. He also currently serves as the Director of Operations for the New Hampshire Army National Guard. He enlisted in the United States Army in 1989 as an avionics mechanic and served on active duty for 7 years, serving with the 1st Cavalry and 101st Airborne Divisions. He joined the New Hampshire Army National Guard in 1996 and received his commission through Officer Candidate School at the New Hampshire Military Academy in September of 1999. He's held many assignments throughout his career, and his operational deployments include Desert Shield / Storm from 1990 to 1991, Operation Iraqi Freedom 3 from 2004 to 2005, Operation New Dawn from 2010 to 2011, and Operation Spartan Shield and Inherent Resolve in 2016 to 2017 and 2022 to 2023. He and his wife, Amy, reside in Ashland, New Hampshire with their son, Declan, senior at Plymouth Regional High School. They are also parents to 2 other Plymouth graduates, Ashley and John Ehrlichson. We welcome Colonel Davis Ehrlichson to our ceremony for some remarks.
All right, good morning, everyone. Fellow Guardsmen, you look awesome over there. Thank you for your service. Baker Valley Band always sound great and really make this ceremony a celebration. Thank you for what you guys do here at Memorial Day and Veterans Day. We couldn't do it without you. Great addition having the choir here today. All the scouts well represented today. Thank you. On behalf of the New Hampshire National Guard and the current generation of citizen soldiers and airmen serving around the world and here at home, I'm honored and proud to join you here today. A year ago, I celebrated Veterans Day with my fellow soldiers deployed to Jordan, a couple of them right there. We were very busy supporting operations in Syria, deterring Iranian aggression, and conducting multinational exercises with our regional partners around the Middle East. Being forward deployed in the Middle East demonstrates the United States' commitment to the region. It was my 5th deployment to the region since I joined the Army, and it was my most rewarding. This is because the impact in this region and the relationships that we were able to build were lasting. In fact, we went back from 2016 to 2019 or to 2022, 2023, and we met some of the same people we trained with 5 years earlier. And those relationships will continue because of the presence we have there. Again, I'm always impressed with the turnout by this community and what a great job Plymouth does in recognizing our veterans and our fellow service members. Since 1623 and the first organized militia of New Hampshire, the resolve of our state and nation has been relentlessly tested. During those defining moments in our history, we have called upon men and women of our military. Every time they've responded with courage and conviction and great sacrifice. From the Minutemen who won our nation's independence, to the grunts who fought in world wars, Korea, Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan, and in so many smaller, often overlooked military operations in Iran, Lebanon, Grenada, Central America, Haiti, the Balkans, Somalia, Mogadishu, and Syria. More than 1 million men and women over the course of our nation's history have participated. Veterans Day, formerly known as Armistice Day, was originally designed to commemorate the end of World War I, and it became a legal holiday in 1938 to honor those who served in what was known as the Great War, or the War to End All Wars. After World War II and the Korean War, there was a movement to broaden the meaning of the day and recognize all veterans. The first Veterans Day proclamation issued by President Eisenhower on October 8, 1954, called upon all U.S. citizens to solemnly remember the sacrifices of all those who fought so valiantly on the seas, in the air, on foreign shores, to preserve our heritage of freedom. And let us reconsecrate ourselves to the task of promoting and enduring peace, so that their efforts shall not have been in vain. The missions in support of lasting peace here and abroad continue in a third decade for your New Hampshire National Guard. The 3rd Battalion, 197th Artillery Regiment, housed right here in Plymouth, is at the halfway mark of their current deployment to the Middle East in support of Army Central Command. Closer to home, 170 soldiers are returning home this month from a year-long deployment in support of the southern border, in support of U.S. Border and Customs protection. Another 7 Guardsmen are deployed in the United States to support a cyber mission. And another 8 airmen from the New Hampshire Air National Guard out of Pease are deployed in the Middle East. Since 9/11, more than 5,900 New Hampshire National Guard soldiers and 5,500 airmen have served overseas in support of combat and peacekeeping missions. Thousands more have served here and at home and across the nation, as you all know. Today we express our gratitude and reaffirm a vow that calls to mind a keen observation by General Washington during the Revolutionary War when he wrote to our New England governor, "The willingness with which our young people are likely to serve in any war, no matter how justified, shall be directly proportional as to how they perceive veterans of earlier wars were treated and appreciated by this country. The ultimate hope of a veteran is that their fight will be the last. They have answered the call to arms so that their children and grandchildren won't have to. It was true then as it is today. We aspire toward a lasting peace, although history reminds us that victory is a temporary condition." Thank you for taking the time to join us today and honor the legacy of our veterans, and let us never forget the debt of gratitude we owe to those who have served in the armed forces. Thank you again.
And now, Kate Donahue will read her Veterans Day poem.
Good morning. Thank you all for attending this annual ceremony that honors our veterans. I offer this poem of humble gratitude to all men and women who have served our nation in the name of our freedom. For our veterans. We thank our veterans for leading the way, those soldiers of the Revolutionary War, as we come together to honor this day. For the men of 1812 who held the British at bay, showing that we would not live as before, we thank those veterans for leading the way. Brother against brother is what historians say when civil strife at our country tore. Thus we come together and honor this day. It was the great one to end conflict always, but the world turned and caused a second great war. We thank our veterans for leading the way. Cultures collided. Korea and Vietnam lay in their own struggles. Later, troops were called to serve in Desert Storm. We must remember to honor this day. To show our support, yellow ribbons were displayed for men and women in Iraq, Libya, and Afghanistan. We thank our veterans for leading the way when we come together and honor your day.
Thank you, Kate. Paula Woodward has been an active member of Daughters of the American Revolution for 29 years. She organized the local chapter of DAR in 2015 and continues to be active at both local and state levels. She is currently organizing secretary for the state of New Hampshire, DAR. Please welcome Paula Woodward to the podium.
Welcome to today's ceremony and thank you for attending. I'm pleased to be speaking with you today on such an important occasion. There are currently over 27 military conflicts around the world. Some of these have the potential of impacting America in very significant ways, but all impact us as citizens of the world. The United States has at least 750 military bases of varying size in over 80 countries. All of them house active duty military personnel. We're gathered here to honor our service members and the sacrifices they have made and the courage it takes to defend honor, duty, and country. We're here today to honor our heroes, to remember their achievements, their courage, and their dedication for their sacrifices. Thinking of the heroes who join us in this group today, and those who are here only in spirit, a person can't help but feel awed by the enormity of what we encounter. We stand in the midst of patriots and the family and friends of those who have nobly served. I'd like to ask those currently serving members of the armed forces and veterans of any past conflicts here to raise your hand. Thank you for answering the call to duty. Since the first shots at Lexington and Concord were fired and our Revolutionary War began, American men and women have been answering the nation's call to duty. Millions of Americans have fought and died on battlefields at home and abroad to defend our freedoms and way of life. Today, our troops continue to make many sacrifices, some even the ultimate sacrifice of dying. Yet even as we lose troops, more Americans step forward to say, I am ready to serve. They follow in the footsteps of many generations of fine Americans. Veterans Day, originally called Armistice Day, was first designated to celebrate the end of World War I. The First World War ended November 11, 1918, and the legislation that created Veterans Day was dedicated to the cause of world peace and to be hereafter celebrated and known as Armistice Day. Your presence here today and that of people gathering all across our country is a tribute to those service members and veterans and to their families. It is a way to say, we remember. Thank you for attending.
Thank you, Paula. The Plymouth Regional High School tenor bass choir will now sing America the Beautiful, and they will again be followed by Baker Valley Band performing Battle Hymn of the Republic.
Oh, beautiful are spacious skies, for ambler waves of grain, for purple mountains' majesty above the fruitful plain. America, America, God's gracious gifts abound, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful our heroes proved in liberating strife, who more than self their country loved, and mercy more than life. America, America, may God this gold refine, till all success be nobleness, and every grain divine. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, till selfish gain no longer strain the banner of the free.
And finally, I'm grateful for all of you having been here today. This was a lovely ceremony, and thank you all. The New Hampshire National Guard will now retire the colors. This concludes our ceremony. There are light refreshments off to the side here. Veterans, families, and others, please help yourselves. Thank you.